Shannon Sharpe publicly slams Ray Lewis after Ravens legend called out ex-NFL TE for switching back in the early 2000s. Baltimore was buzzing. And inside that Ravens locker room, Shannon Sharpe and Ray Lewis weren't just teammates. They were brothers in arms. They even hoisted the Lombardi together in 2000. But fast forward to today, and that bond feels like a relic. It started when Lewis aimed straight at Sharpe's media game. On the PBD podcast, the Ravens icon admitted he couldn't get behind Sharpe's approach. "I'm shocked at his content," Lewis said bluntly, pointing to Sharpe's growing popularity in the talk show space. For him, it's not just about football. It's the kind of conversation Sharpe dives into. As Lewis put it, "You've become popular because you're talking about ignorance." Instead of gossip, the Hall of Fame linebacker explained he'd rather use his platform to inspire men and serve a higher purpose. But Sharpe, being Sharpe, didn't just let that slide. Instead, he fired back with his own message of restraint. "I got nothing bad to say," the former tight end said, stressing he's learned to pick his battles. He explained that sometimes it's better to walk away and be the bigger man, even when the shots come in heavy. Yet he couldn't resist calling out the dynamic, saying folks see him as low-hanging fruit and take advantage of that. Then Shannon Sharpe doubled down, admitting he's been in the crosshairs before. "Everybody want to pile on? Let me get my lick now," he said, pointing to how criticism always multiplies once momentum shifts. In his eyes, when things were going well, people stayed quiet. But the second cracks appeared, everyone jumped at the chance to throw shade. Finally, it's wild to think how far the two Hall of Famers have drifted. Sharpe is 57 now, Lewis is 50, and both carved their names in NFL history. They once lifted a city together, yet time and perspective have pulled them apart. Lewis insists he's standing on principle. Lewis explains his Shannon Sharpe criticism. Outside of football, Lewis sees Sharpe's media path through a very different lens, shaped by nearly 30 years of knowing him. As he explained, a lot of guys get in trouble with these podcasts and things. Everybody wants to be popular. Everybody wants to make money. But that's a tightrope into what you call influence and popularity. For Lewis, true influence comes from purpose, not just followers, and he believes popularity without principle can be a dangerous game. Moreover, the tension between the two goes beyond media presence. Sharpe's recent departure from ESPN followed a legal settlement in a case where he was accused of assault, claims he denied but resolved through a settlement. Lewis weighs these matters through a moral and values-based lens, making it clear that respect and character are at the core of his judgment. Not only that, Lewis expressed his surprise at Sharpe's approach to the platforms he now occupies. "I'm like, wow, you will switch out like that? Really?" he said, pointing to how some take the spotlight for clout rather than guidance. In his view, social media and podcasts should be tools to uplift and guide, not to chase trends or fame, and he isn't afraid to call out behavior that contradicts that. Not stopping there, Lewis emphasized the importance of personal responsibility in a digital age flooded with advice givers. "Everybody's the new marriage coach, nobody coaching themselves," he said, stressing that words carry weight and should either give life or bring harm. Staying in his own lane, he avoids the distractions while Sharpe's commentary continues to draw attention. Stay tuned for more updates.